Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April 7th, and we are 6.5 weeks away from our next upcoming event, May 24 at Keys Art Pavilion. Right next to me, we have Israel Rodriguez making another second fight, second walk at a time, and the last time you fought was November. That was blink of an eye. It's going to be 6 months.
Yeah, just about. That was fast.
Just about 6 months. Now, let's tell us a little bit about you. Where you born and raised? Where you coming from? Israel.
Well, I was, born in Mexico. Came down here when I was like a year old. So basically, been here most of my life. I'm trained now in Barrier Boxing in Belmont. Been there for just about over 9, maybe 10 years now.
Oh shit!
Great place. Got a lot. One of the greatest jiu-jitsu teams in my opinion in the area. And just out here to do it again. Man.
That's pretty awesome. Now, how do you feel? Now you make your MMA debut already, and the most fear first fight. You're not sure what's gonna happen already. Then how do you feel about your last fight?
I felt like it was one of those things where like I didn't take consideration that the ref would step in so early.
Right.
It's amateur, so the ref will step in the moment they get a chance to. So now I kind of take that into consideration. Just be a little bit more safer, a little bit more cautious over certain things. And again, the nerves and everything that comes with having your first debut fight, that's all out of the way now. Which it was nerve wracking, man. It's nerve wracking.
Everybody got through that first one. That's
it's nerve wracking. But once you're done, once I got through that, now I just feel a little more confident in knowing what to expect and the feeling of it all. And yeah, pretty excited about it.
Now your upcoming fight, May 24, you are fighting a kid, Carlos Garcia.
I believe so.
Yes, it's 18 years of a young age. He's gonna go through what you're going through on the last fight. It's gonna be experience, the debut, the light, and everything.
Yeah.
This kid's never competed anything before. I believe it's kind of fresh in the sport too. So now, how do you prepare for someone that's unknown?
Just really work on your holes. Any holes you have in your game, try to kind of clog up those holes as much as possible. And from there on out, just stay in shape, stay healthy, and prepare for the worst.
Now, I know he's a stand-up guy. Talking to his coach briefly. How long do you do a lot of grappling?
A lot, yeah. I do a lot of grappling. Like I said, Barrier Boxing. Me personally, I think they have one of the best jiu-jitsu teams there is. The guys out there are just on a whole different level. So I'm pretty confident in my grappling. As far as striking wise, I've always been a striker in general. But I just
like the bang.
Exactly. Like I said, like last fight, I said I was either going to go in there and get knocked out or get the knockout. That's how it is. That's how it is. Get the people what they want.
Now you've been grappled for a minute. What belt do you have?
I have a blue belt right now.
Oh, you're blue belt
right now. Yeah.
So how long have you been a blue belt?
I actually got it in my last fighting camp for the last training, for the last fight that I had. I got it around that time.
Nice.
And then kind of closer to the fight, ended up getting pretty bad cauliflower in my ear.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That kind of sat me out for like the last 2-3 weeks of training, so I had to kind of back away from grappling for a bit just to be sure it didn't just completely pop on the day of the fight.
Shoot.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of falling in love with the grappling aspect of it now. But yeah, no, we'll see. If it goes there, it goes there.
Now, this fight, is it going to come out like what you did last time? It's going to be guns and blades and trying to knock somebody out.
You would think so, yes, but like this time, not so like blindly, definitely going to go into a little bit more picking my shots.
Right.
And then once I get a little more comfortable in there, I would say within the next, what was my last fight, like 45 seconds?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I say you give me a minute, I'll get comfortable and then I'll start banging now.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, Now, if people want to get a hold of you, how can people contact you, Israel?
Still don't have the social networking thing, so just contact me through Barrier Boxing. Call them up or come on down, try a free class. Pretty good about it. And yeah, that's where you get a hold of me.
What's the main reason to not to have a social media?
For the most part, I don't know. I think it's just when I was like a younger, I was younger, but like now not so much. I'm much older. I got a family going on, so I'm just kind of chilling through it. Don't really find a need for it. But at some point, due to again just kind of growing and social media kind of growing, getting your name out there, I'll probably have to look into it at some point.
Yeah, get a little Instagram or something.
Yeah,
it really helps to have reach out to people that you know you don't really talk to daily, and then
True.
showing people that what you're doing out there. You know, I know social media, so it can be dangerous. You know, people that are addicted to it. You know, so if you don't use the right way, and some people use the wrong way. You know, whether it's reach out to girls or like you know doing other stuff, and then it drains your energy all day. People on social media, but
Takes time away.
yeah, it takes time away. But you know, if you use correctly, I think it will help promote your business, promote yourself, and
Definitely.
get yourself out there. And you know, what's your goal in fighting?
My goal is just to take it as far as it'll take me. You know, I have a job in the whole MMA world, right? So I'm pretty happy with that too. But for the most part, again, just gotta let it all go, man. Just kind of go for it.
Make it to the pro someday.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, this upcoming fight's 155 pounds. Do you ever think about like, as time goes on, maybe move down to 145 or up in 170?
For sure. Like last fight camp, I made it to one. I think I weighed in like at 154. You know, and I was surprised. Even I was surprised by that. The weight cut was pretty good. You know, I was able to get a couple cheat day meals in there too, and I was still able to make weight. So I figured, all right, if I just kind of stay somewhat in shape all year long, then I could probably definitely make 145.
So now, what do you walk around weight?
Me, I walk around like 170.
That's not bad. Those are 15 pounds.
Yeah, but like after this fight, I think I'm just kind of staying in shape. That's just me, just kind of out of shape. Yeah, if I'm gonna stay in shape, yeah, I'll probably end up walking around after this fight. Just end up walking around 170, 165, or 160 at least.
Right.
That way, it's cut down 145 eventually.
Eventually. Now, what do you do for a full-time job? For your full-time job?
I'm a trainer. You know, I train people boxing, kickboxing, out there bear boxing. Just kind of have my own little world of clients, and you know, they're keeping me up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, so how long have you been doing that?
I'd say for about 9 to 10 years now.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Full-time trainer
In Belmont, no.
in Belmont.
That's
Wow.
good.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty awesome, dude. You know, do you watch a lot of UFC fights?
Not so much. I try not to get in too much into that. You know, like I'll watch a couple good main events. You know, but as far as before, where like I used to kind of, you know, any fight event that was on UFC, I'd watch it. But now it's not so much. It's, you know,
Can't
good
give
there's a
up.
good fight. Yeah,
You
good
can't
there's a
give
good
up.
fight, Yeah.
Almost every week, you know.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite UFC fighter?
Right now, I would say my very active UFC fighter right now, I would have to go with what's his face, Marab. Marab thinks 135.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, that dude's got unlimited cardio, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To be at that level and just have the unlimited cardio against those kind of guys, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's very relaxed, and it just all night.
He's just there to work, man.
He's there to work, you know.
Another day in the office.
That's pretty awesome, you know. Now, any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to for this upcoming fight?
Just, you know, my regular training partners at the gym, Troy, Dev. Shout out to my boss JD for giving me the opportunity. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to train or kind of say I do what I love for a living. And all the other rest of the guys there, you know, they'll kind of give me some good sparring rounds, and it's exactly what I need.
That's pretty awesome. Now, if your opponent, Carlos Garcia, is watching this interview, what do you have to say to Carlos?
Same thing I told the last guy, man. Just don't back out. You know, the last guy I said don't back out. He ended up backing out. So I'm telling you the same thing. Train hard, train safely, and don't back out of this. Whatever you do, not back out of this.
Showed up to fight.
Show up and fight. Yep. Meet me in the middle. Meet me in the middle.
In the middle. That's pretty awesome, man. So now, so you currently living in Belmont.
I moved recently to a place in East Palo Alto.
Oh, East Palo Alto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I have a pretty right, like literally on my street is a Rogue Empire. They had a couple of guys in the last one. Yeah, I didn't know they had a gym there until the last event with a couple of guys in the background. Like, yeah, we train at EPA. I'm like, oh crap, I live right down the street.
No shit.
Cool dude.
Is it cheaper rent over there?
Owning a house, no, it's not cheap, right? Yeah, it's the things they tell you about owning a house in California, man. It's you think you're set, but you're not, man. It's horrible. Owning a house in California is horrible.
It's true though, you know, all this property tax and all the other overhead comes along, maintenance and all that. It's not no joke.
Yeah.
So now, in the perfect world, how much longer do you think you will do an amateur fight before you go pro?
I would say if I get myself like in a nice couple fight win streak and maybe that Dragon House belt and a couple defenses, maybe 2 or 3, and then we just go pro from there.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a good goal. So now, for more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Another huge stack card, over 20 plus fights, a lot of good profiles on this upcoming card. Stay tuned, guys, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Welcome to comment all the videos that I do, the interviews with all the fighters, and so many fighters that I interviewed for the last 10 plus years, man. A lot of them that make it to UFC and one champion, and formerly Bellator, but it's crazy. It's watching a lot of up and comer and started on my event and my show, and then moving up to the top. It's awesome to keep doing that. And hopefully you guys can give me some support. Subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, and keep you guys updated what's upcoming event and what do we have on a grappling tournament in-house, and all the info is gonna be on my on my Instagram as well. So we'll see you guys on May 24. Here we go. We have Israel Rodriguez and making his second walk on the MMA fight, May 24. So any last word you want to say to all the friends and families out there?
If you can't be there, buy the pay-per-view. I can assure you, man, it's gonna end at some point. Again, it's gonna end with me getting knocked out. The other guy getting knocked one way or another. It's gonna end.
Knocked out no matter what.
No matter what.
That's pretty awesome. We'll see you guys May 24th. Thank you again, brother.
Thank you, my man.
All right. Oosh.